into a gang summit over my dead body. To Zariga Avenue, number 6 train in the Bronx, another slashing on the subway. There have been stabbings and slashings. Over to Marion, right off of East Fordham. I go full circle in front of that Catholic church where 3 were shot last night, and as a result, there'll be retaliatory shootings. It's called the Marion Boys, the gang's there. And then to stand in front of what was the McDonald's I managed in a much more difficult time back in the late 70s. But imagine, McDonald's Corporation decided to close that McDonald's because they said a year ago it was unmanageable. Too many gang members, too much violence, too many drugs, drug dealers, drug users, pimps, prostitutes, homeless, emotionally disturbed. The Bronx is bleeding, and this mayor is oblivious.
Given the gang violence that has been besetting the city over the last week or so, is there any concern that there will be gang violence, or you're doing anything special to prevent gang violence in Brooklyn, something like you've...
Curtis, the mayor wants to deploy 1,000 new cops to the Bronx. Is that enough?
The mayor wants to deploy 1,000 more cops to the Bronx. That's great. I've been screaming that for weeks. Finally, he's responding. But he has a gun suppression violence unit. There are only 2 in the city. You have to have one north of Cross Bronx, which is where the borough command is, and you need one south, in the South Bronx, the gun violence suppression unit. So you need also specialists who are good at going after the guns. You have to maintain your strength and continue to add to the gang database, which Zohran Mamdani wants to eliminate. He wants it so that gang members cannot be listed on a database that the NYPD needs in order to be able to get them, charge them for crimes, only to watch the DAs turn them loose because of Andrew No Cash Bail Cuomo. The other thing is they have to break, because they're not doing it. They have the violence interrupters. I don't think people understand. I've dealt with violence interrupters in Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. Violence interrupters will tell you if they come across the names of the suspects, they do not report it to the NYPD. They get paid by the city of New York. They're called violence interrupters. And they will tell you right to your face, as they've told me many times, snitches get stitches and end up in ditches. We're not rats. We don't report it to the police. We try to talk to the young men, because it's mostly young men, but some young women, and try to calm down and negotiate peace with the gangs. Well, how's that going, violence interrupters? Well, can you imagine? I don't think the taxpayers know this. Violence interrupters that we pay for with our tax dollars, that you would think once they get information from their street sources, turn it over to the NYPD, the detectives, so they can make an arrest of gangbangers in these shootouts, will tell you straight up, we don't cooperate with the police. We're not rats. Snitches get stitches and end up in ditches. That's the culture of the streets that's led to this growing violence and blood flowing in the streets of the Bronx. Anything else? It's almost like I should become an adjunct professor of gangs and criminology in the streets.